What is up, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on? It is Thursday, and hold on a minute. I'm trying to. Oh, I guess this is popped out, but we want to make it live chat. Live chat. All right, yeah. So we had some technical difficulties. We had a bit of technical difficulties before I got started here. Actually, wanted to start a lot earlier because I know I'm going to be really hungry really soon, and so I'm probably going to have a shorter show. And I wanted to start it off earlier just because then I wouldn't be hungry as quickly. And I was trying to download a couple of specific trailers that I really wanted to talk about. And no matter what I did, I could not download them. So I, rebooted the computer, and then all of a sudden, oh, it downloaded no problem. So it is one of those kinds of things. But yeah, we do have Homo Sauce in chat, Fabster, and Soren B. Now, as you well know, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube hates him. Language professors hate him. And YouTube hates him as well because nobody gets any kind of notifications or messages. It doesn't matter if they're following, if they click the bell or whatever. I'm basically invisible as far as YouTube is concerned. And that might have happened, that might not be an accident. It might not be an accident that I am invisible on YouTube because I did have an episode where I was mentioning that I mentioned the M word. I mentioned Monopoly, the Monopoly game. And maybe YouTube has some type of special algorithm where it can discover that type of stuff and it knows. And so it's like, you said some bad stuff, man. So we are not going to broadcast you all the way live. But yeah, today is Thursday. It is April 16th. And we do have a bit of news to get into. Probably a much shorter show today. Hold on a sec. Yeah. Okay, so also I've got great news. Actually, you know what? I want to start the show over again because I didn't do I was doing a soft beginning here. So let's go ahead and start the show over. We'll pretend this is the very beginning of the show. This is what I do when I'm back in the background with a guest that I'm about to have on. So I'll be like, okay, I'm going to start the show. Ready? And what is up, everybody? Welcome to VR365. What is going on? My name is Anthony. It is Thursday. It's April 16th. It is about 5:02 p.m. And we are going to talk a little bit about VR. There is some VR gaming news that is going on right now. I am kind of out of it, so we're going to lean on the webinator today, and we're going to be looking at a number of trailers and different things like that. But we do have some news. In fact, honestly, one of the biggest pieces of news is the fact that a game is going to be arriving very, very soon, within a couple of weeks. Maybe less than 2 weeks, actually. A game that I don't know if we were expecting this to arrive this quickly. And pretty big VR game coming to the Quest, coming to Steam VR, also coming to PlayStation VR a little bit later, delayed a little bit. So we're going to talk about that game. And we've got another new trailer from Resolution Games, Busy Beavers. These are the guys that did Angry Birds. They did Akron, a whole bunch of different games, right? Resolution Games banging games out on the regular. They got another game, I believe, Cookout a Sandwich Tale, that they're working on as well. And we got another announcement from them, although it's a teaser. So I don't think we get much of any kind of gameplay. And then we've got some really unfortunate news in the world of Oculus. And really, it's in the world of any convention, any type of convention, any type of gathering. Facebook shocking it kind of with the announcement that they came out today, possibly causing ripple effects for all kinds of conventions and gatherings that could possibly happen in the future. Obviously, this is going to be a weird, interesting situation that is going to unravel slowly but surely, and we'll have to figure out how that works out. All right, so anyway, we've got a number of things to get into. I've got a number of homies in chat, so we can go ahead and begin. So, I wanted to start it off, actually. Let's see here. Let me get the webinator up and running because I don't know that I have it. Yeah, okay, hold on one second. Yeah, we got to get some stuff up on here so that we have it. So we're ready to go. All right, and then let me go ahead and pull up Steam real quick, just so I can have this page. I should have had this ready. Yeah, I had to restart my PC. Was definitely having some problems. Sorry about this, but got to just line this up really quick. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and fire up the webinator. I think everything should be operational. Here we go. And I do have chat over here, so I can actually see chat at the same time. All right, so Pixel Ripped 1995. Yeah, this is probably the lead story of the day because this is coming on April 23rd. And I don't know that a lot of people were expecting it to arrive this quickly. We've also got new screenshots. There is a new trailer. We're going to check out that trailer very shortly. We're also going to take a look at these screenshots. And I got to tell you, man, as somebody that has been like a real fan of retro gaming, and I was really into retro gaming before I started playing VR, this is really hitting home for me because my favorite era in all of video gaming, my favorite era was very early 90s. We're talking like 91, 92, 93, just such a great time in gaming back at that time. And it was all about the Super Nintendo and it was all about the Sega Genesis. Those were the platforms of the day back in the very early 90s. And looking at this screenshot right here, this is Mode 7, man. It's Mode 7. It was a special thing that the Super Nintendo could do where it could make this like quasi 3D mode that was called Mode 7. And it's pretty obvious to me with this particular screenshot that they're kind of giving you that Mode 7 feel. So the developers at, is it Arvory? I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce that. I'm going to say Arvory. The developers over there definitely familiar with the Super Nintendo era, familiar with the Sega Genesis era. And so we're seeing the inside of the house. There you see, this is really cool. And it's also in the trailer. We're going to check out the full trailer at the same time. But this right here, they've got like, when you get those little 20-inch, actually it's probably not even a 20-inch, it's like a 19-inch or a 17-inch stereo TV. Remember those stereo TVs that they had that were like 17 inches and they were tiny, man, but they had the stereo sound. And so if you had a yellow, red, and white plug, if you had composite video and legit stereo, red and white, and you had Super Nintendo. Now, some of us were even more advanced. We had the S video cable. We went to Toys R Us and got ourselves an S video cable. But if you had the composite cable with the red and white for your stereo sound, you hooked it up to this stereo TV and Castlevania sounded a hell of a lot better. That is obviously very much Castlevania right there. So they're doing a play on a lot of stuff. That's what they're doing here. They're zigging and they're zagging. They're basically avoiding infringing on copyrights of all kinds of different things, but getting as close as they possibly can to try to give you the feels. And they're doing a damn good job here. Okay, so this scene right here, we can see the Blockbuster, Blockbuster Video. I mean, that's their colors. This is straight up Blockbuster Video all day long. Turbo Drive against the Power System, reminds me of TurboGrafx 16, a system that just died a brutal death. And then you can see the little systems here. That's looking very Super Nintendo-ish. I guess that's kind of Sega Genesis. Rad Raccoon. Yeah, Arrow the Acrobat, kind of like in that kind of era. Rad Raccoon. They should have had Awesome Possum, although that's a real game. Awesome Possum. Bio Knight. Look at the way that logo is. These fools are very, very familiar with that 16-bit era. Then we get this game right here. It's looking kind of Zelda-esque. This looks very much Zelda-esque. You can see you're in a house that looks like it would be perfectly at home in Groundhog Day or something like that. You know, definitely looks like it would exist in the 80s or something. And there's your mom over there. Now you're in the arcade, so you're going to get some arcade action. That's Final Fight. I mean, that is straight up Final Fight. God, they are so close. And then you see the games in the background, Street Puncher, Pixel Ripped, whatever. So yeah, I guess these are all new, or some of these are new screenshots, I think, recently. So we got a bunch of new screenshots. I love the Mode 7. That is absolutely Mode 7 right there for Super Nintendo fans. So yeah, Pixel Ripped going hard for the nostalgia factor. Now the question is, the really big question about this whole thing though, is like, will this work twice? Because it was really cool the first time they did it. You know, the first time we got Pixel Rip 1989 and it was that retro nostalgia and it was like Game Boy and everything. They did such a freaking perfect job and it like was so unique and it came out of nowhere and it was totally unexpected. But now we know exactly what the formula is, and it's a proven formula. And if you're nostalgic for this era and in VR where you're experiencing a game within a game, so you buy into that world. It was cool. In Pixel Rip 1989, you're playing essentially a Game Boy while you're in a virtual world, and there's something about having that Game Boy there, playing it while you're actually in a virtual world at the same time, that it kind of adds an extra level of immersion. And that is probably going to happen with Pixel Ripped 1995 as well, just from that factor of being in these double layers of an illusion, so to speak. Okay, but why don't we go ahead and peep out the trailer? So what we'll do here is I'm going to break it out like this. I'm going to pump up the volume on this trailer here, and we're going to check out the full trailer. Pixel Rip 1995, obviously monetization is out the window. Oh my God, I'm going to lose 47 cents. Monetization out of the window. Okay, so let's go ahead and pump this up and let's check out the full Pixel Rip trailer, and then I'll come back with my thoughts. Okay, here we go.
David, was that you?
In 1995, Pixel Ripped is back. Face the mighty power of 16-bit enemies. The struggles of a 9-year-old boy.
Dave. Oh, right. David.
And the ruthless battle of console fanboys.
Turbo Drive is better. That's it. Real gamers need power. Power system is for squares. Cool kids go turbo. Power system. Turbo Drive. Power system. Turbo Drive. Power system. Turbo Drive. Hey, George.
Join Dot and help her save the multiverse from the evil Sibling Lord. Pixel Ripped 1995.
That's it. I'm sorry, but I need to protect you from your bad choices.
Get ready.
Don't worry, baby. Mommy's coming for you.
Alrighty, yeah, there it is. So that is the full trailer for Pixel Ripped 1995. It is coming on April 23rd. That is a shocker to me, man. Like, I was not expecting it quite this quick. In fact, April 23rd is a week. It's exactly 1 week. It comes out next Thursday. So in 1 week, this game comes out. Now, here's the thing. Is this game that big of a deal? Like, is a lot of people out there like going crazy over this game like I'm going crazy? Probably not. Like, this game might fall below the radar for a lot of people because, you know, if you don't have any retro-ness going on, if you don't know anything about the Super Nintendo era, Sega Genesis, there was a lot of people that didn't really get into Pixel Rip 1989 because they didn't have that nostalgia. They never had a Game Boy. And they're like, you know what? I'm mostly playing an effing Game Boy game. This isn't that great. I don't like it. I loved it. I thought it was incredible. I especially loved like when you were in the game world and the little sounds were coming down and the animations were coming down and just how they intertwined everything. I thought it was outstanding. And we've got a lot of cool games that are featured in this trailer. Lots of cool games from the 90s are actually featured in this trailer. Super Nintendo games mostly. You like the little, you know, the style, the logo of the writing and everything. So Arbory is the developer. And so, yeah, that looks very much like Castlevania. Let's see what these games are as we go along. Okay, so that was Castlevania, basically. From the creators of Pixel Ripped 1989. There's Zelda. You know, that's absolutely Zelda right there. Donkey Kong Country. Now, that is Zool. That was probably Zool. Z-O-O-L. That's Super Metroid, basically. You can pretty much see Castlevania again. This one, I don't know. They're mixing in a little bit of like Alien 3. Zool. And yeah, and then so you're in the arcade. Of course, we did see Final Fight was one of the games that's featured. That's probably like, is that you? I hope that's not you. That might be like your weird friend that's kind of weird. And then, okay, there's the Mode 7 game, Streets of Rage. You can see Streets of Rage, Final Fight, Castlevania. There's the Mode 7. There's Super Metroid. On the Turbo Drive. Oh, dude, but I'm playing Zool on the Power System, bro. Let's have our arguments at Blockbuster. Let's get into our arguments. It's all a bit cliche. You know, it's a bit cliche. But what they did the last time with Pixel Rip 1989, like, I give them props for accuracy. Because it's one thing to kind of lean into this whole retro idea and do whatever you're doing, right? Okay, hold on, I'm going to switch back. It's one thing to lean into this style and get everything wrong. It's another thing to lean in and basically get all the details pretty much locked in. And that's what they did back with Pixel Rip 1989. Remember, they had the Electronic Gaming Monthly, the Nintendo Power, the covers of the magazine, like the covers of their fake Electronic Gaming Monthly was the #1 issue of Electronic. Like they basically took the issues of Nintendo Power, Game Pro, Electronic Gaming Monthly, and then they substituted Pixel Rip stuff on top of it. And so there was a lot of attention to detail. I mean, they got Zool for crying out loud. Yeah, so pretty good. Let's see here. I was going to look up on the Webinator. Hold on one second. I just want to show you guys what I'm talking about as far as, is it Zool? It was like a weird European Super Nintendo game. Super Nintendo. Yeah, okay. It was Zool. I thought it was Zool. I wasn't positive with that. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch over to the Webinator. Yeah, so one of the games, this game right here is Zool on Super Nintendo. This game, I believe, is kind of one of the games that they're imitating there, which is kind of, I mean, this is not like a super popular game here. Like, a lot of people don't even know what Zool is, but Zool was definitely one of the games. Donkey Kong Country, they were definitely doing a little bit of Donkey Kong Country. They definitely did some Donkey Kong Country and stuff like that. So yeah, really cool retro style coming in 1 week. This is going to be out in 1 week. Now, question of the day time. Let's get to question of the day time. Let me go ahead and grab my question of the day. So this is going to arrive on the Oculus Quest. This is going to arrive probably on the Oculus store for Rift as well. So for Rift, Rift S, Oculus Quest, it's going to be on Steam. It's coming to PlayStation VR, but it's coming a little bit later to PlayStation VR. It's also coming to Viveport, and Viveport is in the news as well. And I don't know if it's coming free to Viveport or to a buy Viveport. If it's coming free to Viveport, then just hold the effing, just hold up and wait for the Viveport story, because we do got to get into the Viveport story. But if this game is $29.99, which is what I would expect it to be, $29.99 is probably the price, right? Are you going to pick this up? Are you planning on buying this next Thursday? Now, if you're like halfway through Half-Life Alyx, you maybe don't need to pick it up. Like, I'm pretty much in chapter 6 still of Half-Life Alyx. Might talk about that a little bit later, so we'll save that. But you might be yearning for a new game, though, and especially like a big, well-known game. So question of the day, are you buying Pixarip 1995? What platform are you getting it on? Are you getting it on the Oculus Quest? Is this going to be an Oculus Quest game for you? And the interesting thing from the Quest game angle is, why would this game be okay for the Oculus Quest, but Pixel Ripped 1989 isn't okay for the Oculus Quest? It's the same effing thing. If this game can work fine and be approved for the Oculus Quest, why wouldn't Pixel Ripped 1989 be approved? Now, maybe it's just a matter of timing, and maybe they just want to highlight this one. Maybe later we'll get Pixar Up 1989, but it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Alien 3. Did you play Alien 3 on the Super Nintendo? Some of us did. Okay, so let me go ahead and see what's going on at chat, over in chat. So I'm going to switch back over to the webinar so we have a little bit of chat showing up in this sidebar here. And let's see. Hussein X, Viveport now $12 a year. It was $27 a year a few days ago. Well, there's a special deal that is in the news. We're going to talk about that. I hope that deal didn't get canceled. The hell is that? Mega Man, but chick in Castlevania level? Megavania? And then we have Main Fan says, Dev is a woman. She cosplays in that outfit. Yeah, so Anna Ribeiro, I believe is her name, right? But she's not it's not like a one-man team. Like, I believe they've got like an entire team of developers, and she's one of the developers, and she's the one that's out in front with everything. And yeah, she is at every trade show under the sun wearing that thing. I probably have seen her at about 4 different trade shows that I happen to be at, walking around wearing her outfit and taking pictures with everybody. Like, you want to talk about marketing? Really, like, she's absolutely all in 100% on the marketing. But there are other people. There are other people that are developing this game. I think they've got like a team of like 8 or 9 people at least, maybe even a few more than that. Yeah, let's see. I'm just taking a look at chat here. And Mackenzie Coop says, yo, Anthony, how are you doing? I am doing quite well. Everything is fine. Main Fan says, I subbed to GamePro and EGM. He subscribed to a magazine. Yeah, they used to have these things called magazines. I could do an entire episode, like an off-topic episode, about video game magazines. I used to be a video game. You want to talk about nut job? Like, I'm a nut job in a lot of categories. Video game magazine is the most nut job of it. Like the nerdiest thing in my closet is a gang of video game magazines. Die Hard Game Fan, Electronic Gaming Monthly, Video Games and Computer Entertainment, Game Pro, all of them, dude. All the big US video game magazines, I got all of them. Because, dude, there was a time before the internet. Yeah, I know. I'm there with the dinosaurs and black and white TV. There was a time, and pay phones, payphones, rotary phones. There was a time before the internet. There actually was. And then even when the internet came along, it wasn't like an overnight sensation. The internet took serious time to actually finally gain a firm footing and become this dominator that totally destroyed print media as we know it today. But there was a time when print media was the freaking shiznit. And when print media is... Dude, I used to wait. Like, I used to go check my mailbox every day. I was such a crazy person. Okay, hold on. I'm going to show you guys the best video game magazine ever. The best video game magazine ever is right here. It is called Die Hard Game Fan. Yeah, this is pretty much like the best video game magazine money can buy, in my opinion. Although they got a lot of shit wrong. They misspelled things. There was a racist controversy where somebody snuck, like some disgruntled employee put all kinds of racist stuff in one of the issues. Lots of weird stuff. These guys weren't professional journalists. They basically were just hardcore gaming nut jobs like me, very much the exact same thing. And they could string two sentences together. And so they created a magazine. Dave Halverson created this magazine called Die Hard Game Fan. And dude, that magazine was the shiznit. Like that was, in the early days, that was the freaking magazine right there. And then, I mean, the more popular magazine that most people remember, Electronic Gaming Monthly, EGM. Yeah, so Electronic Gaming Monthly, more people remember this magazine. And I loved this magazine. Like, I remember that issue, like right when the Super Nintendo came out. Such a beautiful issue, such a fat issue. Because like in November, December, and January, you would get these gigantic, thick-ass issues. But, you know, 99% advertisements, right? But Electronic Gaming Monthly was the shizzles. Although overrated. I'm honestly going to say overrated. Electronic Gaming Monthly was way overrated, but it was good. Then you had GamePro, and GamePro was kind of like the kiddie magazine, but it was actually sneaky good. Like, it looked like it was made for 4-year-olds, but it was actually sneaky good. Other magazines, you had like Game Players and stuff, but one magazine, Video Games and Computer Entertainment. This magazine, a lot of people don't. A lot of people probably don't remember this magazine, but early in the days, this magazine was pretty legit. Video Games and Computer Entertainment. And it had a lot of PC stuff as well, so it mixed like video games. But dude, I was a nut job for all this crap. All this crap. And then later, when you got into the 90s, like there were different magazines over the years that became really good. There was a magazine called Next Generation magazine. This one right here, dude, in the 90s, like when you were in the PlayStation era and the Jaguar era, the Sega Saturn era, Ultra 64, Nintendo 64. Oh, speaking of Unreal, dude, this magazine right here. Okay, I don't know what issue of the magazine this is, but I actually, okay, wait, February 1997 or something like that? Yeah, I think it says February 1997. Look at this, Life After Mario 64. And then this says Unreal, and it says yes. This is an actual PC game screenshot. It was like, oh my God, that is a real effing screenshot. And dude, that was basically E3, dude. That was E3. E3 was in your effing mailbox. You would go to your mailbox, the magazine hit, you would pull it out, you would see the cover, Unreal, and it would say, yes, this is an actual screenshot, whatever it says. And I remember to this day, I remember getting, trying to see if we can get an even bigger image of it. To this day, I remember, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yes, this cover image is a real screenshot from Epic's Unreal, a title that could quickly supersede id's Quake as the PC hottest 3D game. The full exclusive story begins on page 68. Better than Quake. Unreal could be the best looking PC game of 1997, and it's coming to Nintendo 64. Did it actually ever come to Nintendo 64? But dude, Unreal, The original Unreal is so effing underrated. You want to talk about underrated? Ridiculously underrated. The original Unreal, the actual single player game. One thing I absolutely hate is whenever you mention Unreal, the game, people immediately Unreal Tournament, Unreal Tournament, Unreal Tournament. Nobody fucking remembers this. It's lost to time. Like, nobody remembers Unreal, the single player game. They remember freaking Quake. They remember Doom. They remember Half-Life. They remember all the other games that came out right at this time. But they don't remember the original. Dude, Unreal, when that game first started and you were like in a prison thing and the lights were flashing and you could hear the alarms and stuff and you had to escape this giant facility. Dude, that shit was dope. And I think that before Half-Life? Like, you could almost say Half-Life was cribbing off Unreal with the opening being so cinematic like that. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what day which game came out. But Unreal, so effing underrated. People just have no effing idea about that. But damn, we did get really off topic. But yeah, so Main Fan was talking about magazines. And yeah, there was a time when magazines were the most important thing out there because that's the way you got your information. And the sooner you could get that magazine, the sooner you can grab it, the better off you were because you got the information before anybody else. Like, a new video game system, you found out in the effing magazine, man. That's how you found out things. Like, you wouldn't find out things any other way. There was no freaking TV shows covering this shit. Actually, there were a couple of TV shows here and there, but they didn't like go to CES or the Summer Consumer Electronics Show and like cover shit properly. So you didn't really get the information unless you were getting EGM and stuff like that. But getting back to VR, because I was a retro gamer and I could do an entire show on magazines. Going back to VR, this is Pixel Ripped 1995. I think it looks pretty freaking incredible. I mean, all the games that they're cribbing on, other than Zool, make a lot of sense to me. The Mode 7 shit is awesome. I love the fact that they did that. So, man, this is coming in 1 week. I am super hyped. It looks super dope. Okay, let's see. So another thing that I wanted to do is there is another trailer. This is a teaser that just came out. And so let's see. I'll go ahead and switch over to this one here. I'm going to pump up the sound on this Pixel Ripped 1995, and we're going to check out another trailer. Not going to be monetized on this episode, running all these different songs and stuff, so F it. Might as well lean into it, right? Play a whole bunch of trailers. Okay, so I'm going to pump this puppy up. Hold on a sec.
What happened? David? Was that you?
In 1995, Pixel Ripped is back.
All right, yeah, so that is a teaser trailer for Blast On, which will be arriving later this year, courtesy of Resolution Games. And like I said, these guys are busy beavers. They've been making a lot of VR games. The trailer does look cool. You know, you gotta love the colors, the neon, the Tron-like aspect of it. And it looks like this is some type of like dueling game. Basically like a long distance duel. So very similar to that Insomniac game, kind of like the Unspoken. I guess it's going to be kind of like that. Let's switch over here to the Webinator. Competitive VR dueling game Blast On arrives on headsets later this year. Blast On coming soon. Developer of popular VR titles such as Angry Birds, Isle of Pigs, Bait, the free game Bait, the fishing game, Akron Attack of the Squirrels. Aren't they also making that game Cookout whatever, right? They're making that game as well. Let's just go Resolution Games VR and do a search for this, and then this will probably show us all the stuff they got. Yeah, let's go to games. Let's go to their page here. Yeah, I mean, look at these guys. Look at these guys. Yeah, they got Cookout, a sandwich tale. They got Blast On coming soon. So both of these are coming soon. They also got something called Glimp. I don't know if that's Glimp or Glimp. Yeah, it looks like Glimp. The Vanishing at the Grand Starlight Hotel. Not sure. Oh, that's Magic Leap. They're doing a crazy dude, these guys are really working. But yeah, they did Angry Birds Isle of Pigs, VR. They did the first-person slingshot for Magic Leap. So actually, this is their second Magic Leap game, that Glimp one, or maybe they even got more. Narrows, what's his name? Zimtalk5 always raves about this game. I've never played Narrows, but they got Blast On and Cookout both coming soon. So yeah, these guys working hard for their money. And Blast On, a brand new game, never heard of it. Not sure if they got a Steam page up for it yet. But yeah, this is the first we've heard of it. No, we don't have a Steam page quite yet for Blast On. Okay, let's see. Not a fan of the chat being superimposed over the full screen trailers. Really? You're seeing chat? I'll have to look back at the video. I don't know what's going on with that. That shouldn't happen. You're seeing chat when those trailers are running? That's weird. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go back. Or actually, I want to pop chat over here. And Nerf Blast On. Okay, yeah. And Ken L66, I'm not excited for any games coming to Quest anymore. I want Quest 2 before I waste. That's pretty harsh. That's pretty harsh. Chris Richardson, not a fan of the chat being superimposed over the full screen trailers. I'll have to look at the video later. I don't know what you're talking about. But that's horrible if it actually had like a giant chat right there. It didn't look like it from what I'm seeing. Or are you saying that I'm choosing a giant screen? Like, because I'm not going to chat? Dude, chat is dead, bro. Okay, so look, when I'm in Webinal, this is the Webinal mode. See this little chat over here? That's what you get for chat. Otherwise, chat is dead. We're going to a larger screen where I'm here, larger screen. Little trailer showing some stuff. Chat, bye-bye. No, actually what it is, it's an experiment. It is an experiment. But yeah, we got some more news. So let's go ahead and go back over to the Webinator. Some people in chat are like talking about these different stories. Don't worry about it. We're going to get to all those stories, but let's cover them in the order of most importance. So let's go ahead and bounce over to Upload VR. Yeah, we got this controller story, but you know what is honestly the biggest effing story of the day, period? Bigger than Pixelrip 1995 having a release date of next effing Thursday on April 23rd, which is pretty incredible. But even bigger than that is Facebook. What are you doing, man? Oh my God. Like, this is pretty harsh what they're doing here. So apparently, here's I'll just go ahead and read what they had on the Facebook on one of their blogs. It says, every year, Oculus Connect brings together developers, content creators, marketers, and more to celebrate the VR industry's momentum and growth. In light of the evolving public health risks related to COVID, we've decided to shift Oculus Connect 7 to a digital format later this year. Interesting to see how that's going to work out, but maybe this could be like a revolutionary new thing. Maybe this could all happen within Facebook Horizon. Okay, but let me continue with the quote here. This was a tough decision to make, but we need to prioritize the health and safety of our developer partners, employees, and everyone involved in Oculus Connect 7. Oculus Connect gives us an unprecedented opportunity to connect with our global community. OC7 will be no exception, and we look forward to sharing more details about the digital event in the coming months. You know what? I actually thought this was a lot worse than it is because I was on Engadget. I think I was on Engadget. Let me go over to Engadget just to show you how the other side lives. Let's go to Engadget real quick. Because Engadget had an announcement about this Facebook thing. Was I on Engadget? Oh, yeah, here it is. I think it was this. So Facebook cancels all large events through June of 2021. Dude, June of 2021. So Facebook is not going to the summer GDC. They're not going to next year's GDC. Like, this is kind of crazy. So the F8 conferences, this year's Oculus Connect. So I was at work today, and I forget what break it was, but I happened to pop over to Engadget for a quick second, and I saw this, and I was like, oh, shit. Rice gum. We just lost one. No OC7, man. I'm not freaking repeating at OC7. I wanted to be at OC7 and see all the people there that we saw last year. It's not happening, homie. How weak is that? That is disappointing, dude. 2020, okay, yeah, there's like a pandemic going on and stuff, like no joke, and it is real. The pandemic is some real shit. There's real people that are being just dramatically affected. There's some horrible things that are going on. Some people I know actually personally are in a bad spot with this pandemic, and my thoughts and prayers go out to, seriously, thoughts and prayers do go out to some people that are part of the VR365 community that are dealing with this. It's not funny. It's not funny. Having said that, 2020 has been a freaking disaster when it comes to attending these kind of events. Like, this is the shit I look forward to. Like, selfishly, I'm just being honest here. Selfishly, going to GDC is freaking amazing. When I went to GDC last year, it was like a kid in the candy store. It was incredible. I got to try the Rift S, like the very first, the first people to try the Rift S. I was right there. I got to try the Oculus Quest in like a private little room playing Project Tennis Scramble. Like, they didn't even know what the name of the game was. You know, it was Sports Scramble, but I didn't even know what it was. And so it was incredible. I mean, Sebastian was there. It was just awesome. It was something to live for, man. And then San Francisco, the city, so effing weird. It is so effing weird. You see all of humanity on display when you just walk down a couple of city blocks. Like, that is humanity of all shapes and all varieties. Every little bit of the DNA strands is there, trust me. And the DNA is not just walking around, it's also all over the place. And then Facebook, I mean, Oculus Connect 6, San Jose. That was so cool. And so, yeah, I mean, selfishly speaking, this is horrible. And then there's E3 as well and all that. Yeah. I mean, there's a pandemic going on, and this is reality. But yeah, so it's crazy. Here's one of the quotes. When society does eventually start reopening, it will have to open slowly in staggered waves to make sure that the people who are returning to work can do so safely, and that we minimize the possibility of future outbreaks, Zuckerberg wrote in his post. So yeah, he noted that guidance from health experts is that it won't be advisable to have large groups of people get together for a while. The truth of the matter is, what the real reality of this whole situation is we don't have a vaccine. That's the real problem here. We don't have a vaccine, and you can't trust herd immunity and just assume that that's the case. And so there's legal ramifications. Like, if Facebook is hosting, no one wants to get involved. The crazy thing about all this, though, is, let me do a Google search for GDC 2020. Okay, GDC 2020, because they aren't stopping, folks. Game Developers Conference is supposedly still happening. Tuesday, August 4th through Thursday, August 6th. Oh, wait, no in-person. Oh, virtual event. Oh, okay. Okay, no, I swore I got an email that was like, yeah, it's still happening this summer. Oh, okay, so it's a virtual event? Okay, so they're doing a virtual event as well. Because I actually, seriously, bro, I thought GDC was like, F it, we're doing it this summer, man. We need the money so bad, you know. We delayed it and we're doing it this summer. Everybody will be fine. Herd immunity is all good. Everybody show up. And because I saw an email about GDC is still happening or whatever, and I'm like, I ain't going to that. Like, I'm not going to go to that. It could be in September, October. I'm not going to it. Everything's being affected this year, man. This is a real reality that is happening. It is kind of crazy. See, Oculus Connect 7 to be held as a digital event later this year, Facebook says. Oh, check this out, homies. You want to talk about a blast from the past, folks. Blades. Yeah, people always ask us about Blades on VRGameRankings.com. Why do we still have Blades on there? We still have Blades on there because no one said that it's canceled, and I still feel like it could come out at any given time. What is this saying? Just, is this any news, or they're just saying it's been 2 years and we have no? Last month, Bethesda announced that Blades is coming to Nintendo Switch this spring, noting that the game would take advantage of the Switch motion controllers for an immersive new way to play. It's possible that this is the first glimpse of the motion-based mechanics that would eventually be expanded upon in VR, but could just as well be the scraps of development from a canned VR version of the game. Exactly how Blade's mechanics would translate to VR in a meaningful way has been unclear from the start. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah, so I don't know. So kind of there's no news there about Blades, but did see that as well. Okay, so let me go ahead and bounce over here to chat and see what some people are talking about. Let's see. Roger Dyking says, Anthony wanted to get away from the wife and kids and Fat Cat. My fat cat, she is so beautiful. Where is my big baby girl? At OC7, not this year, Tony. Guess we'll have a Ranthony in September around OC time. Yeah, I really did. I didn't want to do another crotch vision episode, with Chris from VR Roundtable. Remember crotch vision? That was just that was an accident, man. It just happened to be that the camera was just placed perfectly for crotch vision 99. But yeah, no, that would have been fun. I did want to go to an actual event. It would have been sweet. Didn't happen. Okay, let's see here. So what I want to do now, let's go back to Road to VR. So this Oculus firmware, this is a shiz show. Apologies. I'm under stress from all kinds of things, working crazy hours, lots of things going on in the background. I was also doing some taxes and just other stuff. So sorry, it's going to be a lot of shiz shows. Oh, check this out though. Check this out. Wait, before we get into the shiz shows, let me show you something else that's even better. Let me show you this. Okay, even better, folks. Glory days. Glory days. Do you guys remember Sunday's episode? I talked about glory days. I talked about having a glory days episode. The Glory Days episode is going to happen this Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Pacific time on Twitch. Reckoner VR, Gary from VR Roundtable, and Bobby Blackwolf. Both of them were there. Early days, glory days. The glory days of VR, baby. We're going to talk about it this Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. Bobby Blackwolf, Reckoner VR, yours truly. It's going to be really focused on April, May, June, and July. Those are the key, man. April, May, June, July, 2016. VR games and experiences. And, I'll give you guys a quick little preview for an experience that a lot of people don't know diddly about, but was absolutely effing incredible. And that is this experience right here. It is called Cubicle, or The Cubicle. This experience right here, bro, April 5th, 2016. See, we're going to talk about the early-ass games, but also the early-ass experiences. We're going retro. We're going glory days. It is Bruce Springsteen. It is glory days. And it is going to happen this Sunday. Reckoner VR is going to be in the building. and Bobby Blackwolf is going to be in the building, and we're going to cover all of that. So that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. We're just going to have fun that episode. We're just going to talk about our favorite early days VR experiences. So that'll be sweet. Very glad for that. Okay, so let's go back to the story that we were going to get into, and that is this Oculus firmware. This is happening in the background. Del Mar, Jedi controllers. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. And this just broke today that basically inside some firmware, let's see, Gerald McAllister of RGB Schemes found a driver for the Jedi controller within the latest firmware for the consumer Quest. Now, I gotta say that this basically means Del Mar is Quest related. Del Mar is Quest related, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't this confirm that pretty much? Unless this was deliberately done to try to throw people off track, I think that's the biggest story of the day. Del Mar is Quest related, confirmed. Okay, is Del Mar Quest 2? Quest 2.0. Dude, it's way too early for Quest 2.0 in my opinion. No, what Del Mar is, Quest 1.5. But then what the hell is the Jedi controller? What is the Jedi controller? Well, if the Jedi controller is backwards compatible, fully backwards compatible with all original Quest games, then the Quest 1.5 has expanded capabilities. You got to have the Quest 1.5. It's waterproof. It comes in different colors, orange, purple, green, and navy blue. I mean, dude, it's Del Mar all the time. Now, we don't really know what the Del Mar thing is, but the fact that it found its way in the latest firmware for the consumer Quest, I don't know. Like, it doesn't seem like it would be a new Oculus Go. It doesn't seem like it would be a new Oculus Rift. It doesn't seem like it would be an AR thing if it's in the freaking firmware. I don't know. Like, I kind of feel like this is probably either a Quest 1.5 or, God forbid, new Snapdragon, and they really do go with like Quest Pro or some shit. That seems unthinkable. No, that does not make logical sense. I don't even want to think about it. Okay, the driver file reveals a controller with a thumbstick, index trigger, grip trigger, AX button, BY button, and a system menu button. The same layout as the current Oculus touch controllers, which continued the same layout as the original Rift's touch controllers. This should let Facebook achieve its stated goal of making all Quest content run on future versions of the headset. And then we have possibly more precise tracking. Yeah, it's possible that the Jedi driver references a 60 hertz IR LED mode. See, Del Mar features additional cameras, folks. Del Mar has additional cameras. Full color pass-through video coming to all of us. Oh man, that would be so crazy. It would be so crazy if they really put things in Del Mar that actually make it more advanced than the original Quest. I think that is such a bad idea to have haves and have-nots. I think it's just a bad precedent, Oculus. No, it's a video game console. You're a video game console. You're a Nintendo Switch. Dude, the Oculus Quest is a Nintendo Switch. Nintendo doesn't bring out a brand new Switch every year. Okay, they might bring out a brand new Switch every year that's like the Zelda version or whatever, but not like a new Switch with a new operating system and new processors and stuff, do they? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to the Switch. Okay, so more precise tracking is a possibility with this new 60 hertz mode, so following the controllers better. And potential haptics improvements. Okay, the Jedi driver mentions a new haptics thread running on the controller, which now interfaces with a specific haptic driver. This might suggest improvements to the haptics, but there's not enough information here to say anything more definitive. Analog finger sensing. So it's adding some extra bonuses, man. So what is Del Mar? The information the Quest firmware provides about Jedi narrows down the possibilities for what the Del Mar headset is. I think it has to be another Quest. I think it's got to be a Quest. It's got to be either a Quest 1.5 or it's got to be a freaking Quest 2.0, which I think is a travesty against all humanity. But let me go ahead and check out chat and see what some folks are talking about. Mackenzie Coops talks about Anthony's League of Legends addiction. No, I'm not addicted to League of Legends. I have actually never, ever played League of Legends in my entire life. But Discord, folks, Discord automatically assumes that because someone on my computer is playing League of Legends, it's got to be the person using the Discord app, right? It just naturally is the person using the Discord app, just automatically assuming that. And then so everybody on Discord thinks I'm playing thousands of hours of League of Legends and I'm like a freaking baller extraordinaire in League of Legends. I have never, ever played League of Legends. Gary Haylock says, you needed a good video card to play the first Unreal. Hell yes, you did. And Gary Haylock, let me tell you, bro, I could do a podcast that is 100% about Voodoo 3DFX, baby, and the ATI, the Radeon cards, all the different cards that came out. Man, I'd have to see some like PC Gamer magazines from back at that time. But dude, I was like a PC nut job in the days of Unreal, upgrading my Pentium 200 MMX and upgrading, the hard drive, upgrading my ViewSonic monitor, bro. Oh my God, dude, I had a $700 ViewSonic monitor. That's like having freaking Star VR right now. I had a $700 ViewSonic monitor that weighed a metric shit ton in my freaking PC gaming days in the late 90s. I actually was really into PC gaming. Okay, oops, I'm way back on chat. So let me get back to where people are over here in chat. Okay, sorry, I'm in the wrong spot looking at chat. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Roger Dyking, I'm hoping it's Dyking. Roger Dyking, I'm going to guess. I remember 2016 sleeping at Best Buy overnight at 11 a.m. till morning to be the first person with a Rift CV1. Awesome days. Yeah, I've camped out in front of a lot of places, not for anything PC related. It's always been consoles. I'm a console guy to the heart. Like, I really am a console guy. And so like when PlayStation 5 and when this new Xbox comes out, this will be the first PlayStation in history, no joke, and the first Xbox in history, actually, that I didn't buy the day it came out. I'm not buying no Xbox, and I'm not buying no PlayStation 5. Well, I don't know how Sony's going to convince me to buy a PlayStation 5. Because Farpoint 2, Astrobot 2, on the old headset, I don't know that would even do it. Like, I really, like, maybe I would do it because I'm on YouTube and like the VR game rankings and just to be a part of the whole thing. But man, it's going to be the first time I haven't had stuff at launch. So that's going to be crazy. But yeah, Roger Dyking talking about camping out. I'm checking chat real quick here. So Ballistic Moose says, you need to link your League account to your Discord to make that show up, right? I've never done that. I've never played Scout's Honor. Like, I have no reason to lie. I have never played League of Legends in my entire life, ever. I know nothing about it. I know that it's like an overhead thing. I've seen my kid play it. I've heard about it on like podcasts and stuff. I don't know diddly. So I'm going to try to figure out, somebody go to the Discord server if you know a way for me to unlink that, because it has nothing to do with me. And everybody thinks I'm a League of Legends nut, which is so freaking bonkers because it's like the farthest thing from reality. Okay, folks, what are we going to do now? Well, here's what we should do now. We should bounce over to the Oculus store because I have been so effing out of it that I have no idea what's going on over here on the Oculus store. And let's just see what's released recently. We can also take a quick look at the Daily Deal and see what that is all about. Daily Deal is Dance Central, 24 buccarinos. It is a 20% discount. You got 6 hours left in that. I believe it is cross-buy, so I think if you get it for one, you get it for both. I actually did a Goofy Let's Play. I have a Goofy Let's Play where I'm dancing like a goofball. You can check that out. I actually have not played enough of this to actually really comment. I'll say this, there's not like a, well, actually there are a lot of dancing games now. When this game first arrived, there wasn't that many dancing games, but there's all kinds of little dancing games that have come out recently. I haven't tried a lot of them. You really need to ask your boy Gamertag VR. Gamertag VR is not in chat, but I bet you Gamertag VR could tell us what is the best dancing game of the bunch. But that is a daily deal, not exactly a barn burner. Okay, so the thing I did want to take a look at, well, we can look at coming soon. Let's take a quick look at the coming soon lineup just to see. So there's only 4 games in the coming soon area for the Quest. You got Pixel Rip 1995 coming next effing week. How crazy is that? Echo VR. I wonder when we're going to get a date for that. Supernatural, brah. Yeah, we've already covered Supernatural in the last episode, the Mandela Effect episode. I should probably change the title and the logo, or the title and the thumbnail for the Mandela Effect episode, because there are people being drawn to that episode from completely different communities. It's pretty funny. Okay, Phantom Covert Ops. Is it still coming on June 25th, brah? Because that's the last that we heard. But that was before the COVID thing. But I guess they haven't changed the date on Phantom Covert Ops. So I believe it is locked and loaded. Let's take a look, though, at brand new releases, because I've been living under a virtual rock. Holy shit, Audio Shield? Audio Shield is on the Quest? Like, that is a perfect example of living under a rock syndrome. I've been living under a rock for about the last 2 weeks, barely playing VR. Audio Shield comes out for $20. Who could have known it? Now, here's what I've always heard about Audio Shield. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. The thing that I always heard about Audio Shield is it's a complete waste of time because it doesn't have like the YouTube integration or whatever that it had where you could get all the songs. And so like Audio Shield was like a really big deal when it first arrived on PC VR, but then all the songs got killed and then everybody was like, why would you ever buy Audio Shield? So what's going on? Do they somehow have the songs? Like, how did that work? Or have they just like, oh, we don't care, we're all good, we're going to just bring it out anyway. There's no song integration, but we don't give a damn. Not sure. Now we got a free thing that is called The Key. I haven't even tried free stuff. This looks cool, though. This does look cool. This looks right up my alley because it has that kind of surreal, weird, mystical kind of vibe. Yeah, I like this. I like stuff like that. I'm cool like that. Lock, meet, cool, key, meet, lock. I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that. Yeah, so The Key is a brand new experience. Trying to get back to where we were here. So The Key, yeah, don't know diddly about that. So Iron Lights, we talked about this on the last episode. I mentioned this on Steam, that this game had come out. Ratings are pretty strong here. 293 ratings. The groupthink is strong with this one, ladies and gentlemen, with 4.5 stars. Groupthink in full and total effect. I'm just joking. I'm kidding. I don't know. This game might be fantabulous. It might not be a groupthink, folks. It might not. It's got 4.5 on the ratings, and that is 20 buccarinis. Actually, I've heard some good things. I don't know about the Quest version, but I have heard some good things about Iron Life. And then Guns and Stories Bulletproof and Lies Beneath. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, isn't Lies Beneath available for the Rift now? Wait, when does it come out? Hold on. Let me look at new releases on the Rift. New releases. I totally forgot about this if this is the case. Because I was going to buy Lies Beneath. Oh, shit, dude. Lies Beneath is out. Like, I didn't even know. I forgot about this. Yeah, Lies Beneath. 30 bones, though. 30 bones. That's a strike. I mean, that is harsh. 30 bones. But yeah, I kind of decided, well, see, like I'm in the middle of Half-Life and stuff, so I really don't have time to play anything else. I'm already backloaded. I've already got to play the Room VR, A Dark Matter. I got to get back to that, and I got to get to Good Goliath. I haven't even fired up Good Goliath. So I got those games waiting for me, but I'm still playing Half-Life Alyx, and I'm just taking my sweet time. And a few people have been saying, Anthony, dude, you got to move on, man. You got to start playing all these games. And I've decided, why? Why do I need to do that? I can do whatever I want to do. It's not like I have a real job, you know? I could do whatever I want to do. So no, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. But yeah, I forgot that Lies Beneath was out on the Rift. That is a banger of a banger. I mean, that's a pretty big game, you know? So that's kind of the question of the day. Rift gamers, are you all over Lies Beneath? Or do you view it as a questicle and you say F you with your $30 price? That's actually that's a great question of the day. That is another great question of the day. This is a serious question for serious gamers. For Oculus Rift S owners and for CV1 owners. And there's a lot of Oculus CV1 owners that are coming out of the woodwork and brand new CV1 owners that can't buy a Rift S because they're simply unavailable. And so what they're buying is refurbished CV1s. And I gotta say, you know what? CV1 ain't as bad as you think it is, bro. Especially if you got a ginormous Mark Cuban head. If you got a ginormous Mark Cuban head, you're actually better off with the CV1. You honestly are. CV1 is better than the Valve Index when it comes to glare. Not God rays. God rays and glare are two different things. But it is better for glare. And I can tell you firsthand because you know what? Saints and sinners, bro. Play Saints and Sinners on the CV1, play Saints and Sinners on your Valve Index, and tell me which one has the more annoying glare. It's not even close in my opinion. Some people might still go with the Index because they love this sound and they like the little bit of the extra field of view, and the Index might be new to them, so it gives them a little extra hype factor. But the CV1 is not bad at all, and there's a lot of new CV1 owners out there as well. But yeah, Lies Beneath. It is available right now, folks. Lies Beneath is available for the Oculus Rift right now. The question is, it's actually been available for, 2 days now, right? Because I think it came on the 14th. It's been available for 2 days. So, I mean, the question is, have you already bought Lies Beneath? Are you going to buy Lies Beneath? Wait, this is the one where the trailer's messed up. I have one Lies Beneath trailer where it's like, it's tilted off to the side. So let me get the proper one. Hold on. Lies Beneath, brah. See if this works. Yeah, no, that's the wrong one. Damn it. Yeah, this is throwing the whole show off because I can't find the right freaking trailer. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so Lies Beneath, I mean, this was a pretty big game that was coming to PC VR platforms. Now, it's obviously a questicle. The number one thing that we've heard about Lies Beneath, questicle confirmed. Like, there isn't much of an upgrade. That's the thing that people were saying. People were saying there's no real need to wait for the Rift version of this game to start playing it. You might as well start playing it on your Quest if you have one, because it's basically an identical experience, and it might even be superior. Well, no, yeah, I mean, it might be superior on the Quest with the dark levels, right? And CV1 as well, not so much on Rift S. So yeah, if there's no improved textures, sound, if everything is identical, and there's no performance benefit of any kind. Now, you could super sample. Here's the thing about a questicle. You can super sample the living crap out of those puppies, right? You should be able to super sample the living crap out of it. So that is Lies Beneath is available. I totally forgot about it. All right, so anyway, I'm going back to chat to see what people are talking about. All right, let's see. Roger Dyking says, Anthony, stop playing League of Legends and come back to VR. Lies Beneath is worth the 30 beans. I approve. Oh yeah, A10 Pilot talks about the cool Wolfenstein 3D Alex mod. Yeah, that does look cool. I haven't gotten into the mods though. This show isn't very PG. It isn't very PG. Yeah, there's probably a lot of F-bombs. Yeah, I got to be careful about that. Let's see. I would have had Lies Beneath. Oh, Phil Urine says he would have had Lies Beneath day one for $20. Yep, and Slayblaze also talking about the Wolfenstein mod for Alex, which does look pretty cool. It does look cool. Main Fan says the Wolfenstein mod for Alex looks like Slow Loco. Big Cheesy says, holy F, 4 dislikes on the stream. What's going on? Well, it's a more casual show, and there's been a couple of different times in this show where it was basically like I was searching for something. And so it was, you know, it's not, this should have been a Twitch show and then edited for YouTube later. Instead, it's a live stream that really should be edited, so I could probably see some of the dislikes. I might even should grab this show, edit it and edit it and beep, edit it and delete this one. Ben Stanley says, got a question. How is CV1 tracking compared to Rift S tracking? Well, it's better, right? See, a big advantage too. Here's a huge advantage with the Rift CV1 over a Rift S. Touch 1. I mean, Touch 1 controllers are the best controllers. It's not even funny. It's not even close. Touch 1 controllers are better. You can go behind your head. You can do all the Arrow games. You can do all the Creed style games. You know, you can do the Creed games. And yeah, so CV1 has better tracking. Now I got to admit, I've got 4 USB cameras up there. So not everybody has 4 cameras. But yeah. So let's go ahead and get back over here. All right, guys. Well, it has been over an hour by this point, and I got to get the hell out of here. I got some stuff to do, and I told you I was going to be starving, and I am going to be starving. Oh, wait a minute, though. I got to mention one more thing. Hold on. We got to mention one more thing. I almost totally forgot this. Yeah, so, I mean, the big news out there, another huge news story, folks, is Viveport subscription. The Viveport subscription is a hell of a deal right now, if you can get this deal. Let me see if I can find the story on it. But yeah, I believe for a limited time, Viveport is having this incredible deal where if you've never signed up to Viveport before, this is absolutely the time to sign up to Viveport because you can get it for what? Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, I got the story. Yeah, let's go ahead and bounce back over here. Viveport Infinity now only $27 for the entire year in play-at-home sale. Okay, starting today until Sunday, April 19th. Now, supposedly this runs until Sunday, April 19th. Is somebody saying this is not working anymore? Because I didn't sign up for this yesterday and I want to sign up for this. I really do. Like, dude, imagine if you could play Pixel Ripped 1995 for free. I don't know if it's free. But if you had Viveport Infinity and you sign up for $27 a year, you basically paid $27 for Pixel Ripped and you got a free year of Vive Infinity included at no extra charge. Like an absolute no-brainer if you can play Pixel Ripped 1995. But even if you can't play Pixel Ripped 1995, this is still the freaking deal of the year. Like, this is absolutely incredible deal. There are so many effing games that are on Viveport. There are really good opportunities here, man. If you go to Viveport, let's see, Viveport Infinity. Let's see if we can check out a whole bunch of games. I could list a whole bunch of games that that I would play right now. Let's see here. I can tell you guys. Staff picks, Infinity highlights, popular Infinity. Witching Tower I have played and it's very good. Carly and the Reaper Man I have played and it's not bad at all. Box VR I have played and it, like, dude, who would not own this and why wouldn't you own this? Now, I've played most of these games. You know, I've never played Knockout League. I have never played Knockout League. I've never played Skyworld, actually. I've never played Skyworld. I have played Dick Wild 2. I have played Contagion VR. But look at all these games I can play. The Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets. I've never played it. I've never played Battle Wake. I can play these games. New on Infinity. Let's see. Or Infinity highlights, staff picks. Yeah, so Creed Rise to Glory. Boiling Steel is pretty solid. Dance Collider, we were just talking about dance games. And there's a whole bunch. Like if you get into the full entire breadth of it, there's probably like 11 different games that I'm like, oh, I would really want to at least check it out. At least check it out if nothing else. And if you get Pixel Rip, like if Pixel Rip 1995 is supposedly coming to Viveport Infinity and you can get it right away and you could pay that $27 for a year deal, like you would be an absolute goofball not to do it. I mean, that is an absolute must do. Going back to the webinator, I was just curious if anybody mentioned whether or not this deal is not in effect, because they said going until September. I mean, going until the 19th, until Sunday. Yeah, so I think it's still going on. Pretty sure. Chris Richard of Viveport. Viveport, honestly, is the smartest deal out there. It's too good of a deal, in fact. It's the reason Oculus isn't doing this. It's a reason VR. Like, there's certain games where it's like, I don't want to buy it for that price. And then, like, 2 months later, all of a sudden it's on Viveport Infinity. Well, if you've always got Viveport Infinity in the backling it in, along with Viveport Infinity, you can actually save a ginormous amount of money. And this is the reason that Oculus is not offering today. Dude, I need a hairdresser. Oh yeah, for this particular episode of VR365, both in the building. I'm going to have better internet for that because I'm going to make everybody leave the house for 2 hours. So I will be the only person on the internet in the entire house. So hopefully that will help the internet out. And we're going to have Bobby Blackwolf experiences. What was the earliest banging stuff for room scale VR and for the early days with motion controllers? But that's going to go ahead and do it for our episode. I'll see you guys Sunday. Everybody have a good one. Take it easy. Later.